Welcome to the Funeral Funds Life Insurance Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Vandervate from Funeral Funds of America, and you can find us at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, Funds.com. Whether you're interested in term life, whole life, annuities, disability, business continuation, or final expense life insurance funding, we have you covered. Our team of experienced professionals will guide you through the complexities of insurance products to help you make an informed decision. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing 5 ways to avoid burial life insurance scams. Let's get started on number 1 right here. The first one is do your research on your agent. So, all life insurance agents have to be licensed by the state. And you can go to the State Department of Insurance website and look up an agent and make sure that they're legitimate. In many cases, you can see the insurance companies they're contracted with as well. So definitely do your research. Now, there's a lot of agents out there that are brand new. They're greenhorns, and they're just getting started out of the business in the business. And the reason is it's kind of a low barrier of entry to get into the insurance business, and it can be lucrative if you're good, but also the fail out rate is like, boy, it's over 90%. I think it's probably only 3 or 4, 5, 6% of agents really kind of stay on in the business over a long period of time. So if you get a brand new agent, chances are they're not going to be there in a number of years to help you with your policy and service it, or just help you add more coverage or answer any questions or anything like that. So research your agent. You want an agent that's been in business many, many different years and multiple years, 5, 10, whatever it would be. But you just want a good track record. And also, if your agent says that they have access to like 30 different insurance companies, well, that's like walking into a car dealer and saying, I could drive any one of these 100 cars. Well, technically you could, but they're not going to let you. You don't own the cars or anything like that. So a lot of insurance agents will kind of inflate their numbers and say, well, I've got access to 30 different companies. Yeah, they may have access, but they're not contracted with them. They're not going to write any business. In many cases, when life insurance agents are new, they, their uplines or their bosses restrict them to maybe 1, 2, or maybe max 3 companies. So you're not always going to get the best deal or the best approval. And in the final expense space, you may not always get first day coverage. Now, another thing is the difference between a captive agent and a broker. So, a captive agent means they only work for one insurance company, and they can only offer you that insurance. And in many cases, the underwriting is going to be more strict, and in most cases, the policy is going to be much more expensive because they can only sell their one product. And the thing is if you get denied for first day coverage, in many cases, they'll put you into a modified plan of the same plan, which has got like a 2 or 3 year waiting period. And we've talked about that in other podcasts. You absolutely want to avoid modified plans. You want first day coverage or benefits. And the other thing on your agent is just, make sure that they do everything right. That's going to lead us into our number 2 topic for today. Watch out for red flags. If your life insurance agent in any way, shape, or form encourages you to be dishonest or to lie on the application, get away from them right now. Thing I want you to understand is life insurance contracts are legal documents. And when you're putting your signature on there, you're signing that everything's true. If not everything is true, the insurance company doesn't have to honor that contract. Here's a great example. I had a client, this was years ago, and helped them over the phone. Everything was good, qualified for first day coverage, lowest price plan, all that stuff. And I did my initial underwriting. Then I even went through and asked the health questions on the request for coverage before we got on the phone with the insurance company. And then we got everything checked out okay. We got on the phone with the insurance company. got approved, first day coverage, just like we always do. As long as we know everything going on with everybody, we always get first day coverage. Well, this person ended up dying less than 12 months later from cancer. Well, it turns out the insured had been diagnosed with cancer about 2 weeks before he talked with me. And at that time, none of his records had updated to the national database that the insurance companies get all their information from. So when they did the prescription medicine check-in, the MIB check, medical information bureau check, all that stuff, everything came back clean because nothing had been updated. So I thought he was good. He lied, right? And he thought he was going to get this insurance and that the insurance companies wouldn't check on it. Well, within 2 years of getting your policy, if you die of suspicious circumstances, the insurance companies get a chance to go back and look at that. And one thing that's really important is if you lied on an insurance application, that's called fraud, insurance fraud specifically. If you commit insurance fraud, the insurance company does not have to pay out that policy. So, if your agent ever encourages you to lie or misrepresent anything, just get them out and additionally report them to the Department of Insurance or something, because that is as unethical it gets. And even another one, kind of this, some might say it's only a little white lie, right? You're a smoker, and the questions for smoking is typically, have you used any tobacco or nicotine products, chewing, vaping, anything like that in the last 12 months? Well, sometimes, if your agent fills that out as a no, and you actually have, and you didn't catch it, and you sign the life insurance contract, it's still not, you've committed fraud, because you need to double check what the agent put on there too. That's why I always recommend, when you get your policy from the insurance company, do not just throw it in your file cabinet drawer. Pull it out, read it, make sure that everything in that policy is exactly 100% true, exactly as your agent told you. What we do at Funeral Funds of America, we actually mail out a welcome envelope. And in that, we've got a document that documents everything that we said about the policy, the first aid coverage, all the riders, everything like that, so that you have that in written form. And then when you actually get your policy in the mail, you can compare everything that we've included to what's in the policy, and you'll find that everything is 100% exactly the same. And yeah, just be very careful. Unfortunately, there's some unscrupulous salespeople out in the insurance industry, and that goes for any industry. But kind of buyer beware. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. And always double check, trust but verify, especially when it's as important as this stuff here. Number three, way to avoid burial insurance scam is just beware of the cost. Now, this is maybe not as much scam material, but it's certainly being aware, because there's some companies out there that will sell you more expensive policies than you actually qualify for. Is that a scam? I don't know. It probably is if they've got lower priced companies, right? Maybe they just want to make more by inflating that premium. But yeah, so now typically the plans with 2-year waiting periods out there, not typically. They 100% are going to be more expensive than first day coverage. We did a video series on YouTube, and we compared age 50 to 85, male and female, and then ran in $5,000 increments, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000. So over 300 videos, 310 videos. And we ran one particular company that you see advertised all the time on TV. And we found across the board, they were right around 200% more expensive than our best price first day coverage plan. So their pricing is not a scam. It's just high pricing. But a lot of people, if you bought that policy and they didn't tell you that you qualified for better insurance or insurance with first day coverage or lower rates, then you might feel like you've been finagled a little bit. So just again, buyer beware. If things sound too good to be true, and there's all these lofty claims, and they encourage you to like get right now, buy right now, and have these really emotional commercials and everything like that. Beware. They're typically trying to sell you a subpar policy. So I'm purposely not naming any companies on this because I just want to make you aware, and you can kind of use that awareness to make sure that you're getting the best deal. And then, what kind of number 5 is kind of tying into number 4 is you just don't rush into a decision. There's a lot of companies out there advertising, and they just make everything seem so good. And, a lot of times when there's a TV commercial, it's meant to disrupt your day, kind of disrupt your normal day. It's called disruptive advertising. It gets your attention, puts you in a state of mind where you're feeling a lot of emotion because you didn't figure, you just hadn't thought about this. You were so busy living that you didn't think about dying. And then you call up and, it's like they want it to be an impulse decision, and they want you to make a decision right now over the phone, and you've got to do this. If not, your family's going to they're never going to recover because you're probably going to die tomorrow. I'm kind of having a little fun with that, of course. But yeah, just, if you don't feel right about something, feel free to shop around. And, that's something every salesman hates to hear. I want to shop around. And in many cases, it does not benefit you, but in a lot of cases, it does. If you go with somebody like Funeral Funds of America, where we can actually shop a whole bunch of different insurance companies for you, it actually really helps out too. We work with so many different insurance companies because we specialize in first aid coverage that we can often get you first aid coverage when other companies would be putting you in with modified or some type of 2-year waiting period policies. So, also on our website, on just about every page at funeralfunds.com, we've got these quoters that you can actually check different pricing from all the insurance companies in your state based off your age, gender, and check that out. And then you can always just give us a call at our toll-free number, and 888-862-9456, and we can help you understand exactly what you qualify for. But yeah, if you've got health or medical issues and you were ever sold a 2-year waiting period plan, probably in the last 2 or 3 years, you should definitely check with us and see if we can't save you money, get you more coverage, or get more coverage. So my name is Randy Vandervate. I hope this podcast has been helpful to you. Funeral Funds of America can help you qualify for first aid coverage or benefits at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, FUNDS.com. And our phone number is 888-862-9456. We will be blessed to help you with this in the future. Until that day comes, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.